Heavenly treasures and how to calculate. Xiefeng. November 29, 2009. Jesus Christ taught that to enter the kingdom of the greatest Creator, one must accumulate treasures in heaven. So, what treasures belong to heaven? I have shared a universal key to unlock all mysteries: consciousness, structure, and energy. Whether tangible or intangible, all treasures fall under the category of energy. What is energy? Energy is the capacity to form non-material structures and sustain the operation of life and non-living matter. Energy can be classified into three types: material energy, spiritual energy, and soul energy. Material energy includes light, electricity, wind, heat, proteins, chemical reactions, such as those in food nutrition, and various forms of kinetic energy. Spiritual energy refers to elements like friendship, familial love, knowledge, experience, skills, wealth, reputation, status, power, beauty, and other types of potential energy. Soul energy includes faith in the greatest Creator, gods, Buddhas, celestial beings, and the kingdom of heaven, belief in and yearning for a bright future, friendship, romantic and sexual affection, wisdom, truth, kindness, beauty, love, music, dance, poetry, and other forms of artistic beauty. Heavenly treasures primarily pertain to soul energy. Material and spiritual energy are not considered heavenly treasures. How to accumulate heavenly treasures. Revering the greatest Creator, life, and nature, and following the way of the greatest Creator stores treasures in heaven. Selflessly giving love stores treasures in heaven. Resolving grievances and hatred, bringing peace, harmony, and warmth to others and society stores treasures in heaven. Harboring kind thoughts and performing good deeds stores treasures in heaven. Praising the greatest Creator and the sages and saints of various traditions, such as Jesus Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Laozi, and Prophet Muhammad, celebrating life, living, others, and protecting nature stores treasures in heaven. Instilling confidence in life, inspiring hope for a better future, and alleviating anxiety, sorrow, fear, and worry in others is storing treasures in heaven. Offering pure, beautiful romantic and sexual love that causes no harm to others' mind, spirit, or body stores treasures in heaven. Fully showcasing your artistic beauty stores treasures in heaven. Actions that deplete heavenly treasures. Blaspheming the greatest Creator or insulting gods, Buddhas, celestial beings, saints, and sages. Harming and abusing life. Destroying nature. Harboring hatred, jealousy, complaints, and blame. Engaging in disputes, arguments, fights, competitions, or seizing and plundering others' energy. Creating fear, panic, and deceit, causing pain, anxiety, trouble, and misfortune for others. Threatening or controlling others physically, spiritually, or emotionally. Suppressing human nature. How to calculate the accumulation of heavenly treasures. Heavenly treasures are not easy to measure precisely. While we can calculate how much money we have in a bank, it's hard to measure how much treasure we've stored in heaven. To estimate, compare the 8 ways to accumulate treasures in heaven against the 8 ways they can be depleted. Subtracting the losses from the gains gives an approximate heavenly treasure balance. Here's a simpler analogy. When you visit a friend's home, how long you can stay and the warmth of their hospitality depends on the strength of your relationship and what you've contributed to their life. This reflects the treasure you've stored with them. As a member of Lifechanyuan, you can similarly assess how much treasure you've accumulated in this spiritual home. This assessment helps you see if you're ready to enter Lifechanyuan's second home or the utopian paradise. If your accumulation is sufficient, you can enter anytime. If it's insufficient, you'll need to continue building treasures here. Once you've entered, if you stop accumulating and start depleting your treasures, the day you exhaust your accumulated treasures will be the day you must leave the second home and utopian paradise. The accumulation of heavenly treasures, their calculation, your qualifications for entering heaven, and how long you can stay there can all be understood through these examples. The above primarily answers questions raised by Wanmin Celestial.